What's up YouTube? Welcome back to Deleted and Exotics. This is Aditya and the talk of the day is the Gixxer SF250. So to begin with, first things first, what I like the most about this is the design. This compact yet sporty looking machine. It comes in two color variants. This is the platinum and the matte black. Well, personally I like this color, and it's same with its siblings. It does get the same colors as well, but for beginners to notice the difference between, to distinguish 150s from the 250 is this: the engine is given that bronze sort of treatment on top, whereas the 150 gets normal black treatment. And also the tire size are gone up. This is a 150 section and at the front we have 110. So yeah, for petrol heads it will be easily recognizable from its siblings. And also there's another difference, that is the alloys. These get the diamond cut alloys, whereas on the Gixxer 150 we have the normal alloys. And what else do we have here? This is a 249cc single cylinder 4-valve fuel injected engine, and this doesn't get liquid cooled, but yeah, there is an oil cooled. This is an oil cooled engine. And I'll talk more of the ergonomics, the performance, the power. This one puts out max horsepower of 26.3 and the torque figure is 22.3. Well, yeah, the numbers aren't that exciting, but this is what I feel is this is a seriously underrated quarter liter bike, and we barely see these on the roads. Well, even if you see, a few of us cannot even recognize whether it's a 250 or a 150. But yeah, according to the sale numbers, there are very few out there, and that's because, you know, this has potential of, you know, doing everything for, especially for touring and people looking for motorcycle comfortable yet being sporty. So this is the tail of the bike. It gets tire huggers standard, and in terms of fit and finish, this is quite well done. You cannot see almost no wires or anything hanging out. It is neat and clean. And the rear gets, this does come, the ABS comes standard. The rear is a 220mm single pedal disc and the front is a 300mm, both equipped with dual channel ABS. So this exhaust, it is pretty old design, but then they have changed the top panels to make it look more aggressive, and it goes well with the design. This bike is pretty tall and the ground clearance is 165mm. The seat is roomy and the pillion comfort is also nice, better than the 150s from the previous generation. So they have improved a lot. And let me quickly hop on this. So I'm 6 feet and you can see I land my feet perfectly on the ground. It is 800mm, isn't very much, isn't very less. It will just be right for riders of all the height. The fuel tank capacity is 12 liters and this is the dash of it. So there is nothing much on offer, but you do get decent amount of information. Say the gear position indicator, you get trip 1, trip 2, and that's it. This is the fuel meter and you get a tachometer on top. So there is nothing much. It does miss out on the fuel consumption, the instantaneous fuel consumption, the range, but yeah, they didn't miss out on the so-called mandatory things, and you don't really miss out that. So let me quickly crank it up. It sounds more like the 150s, but just, you know, since with the more capacity and more power, it does sound a little bassy. So red line's at about 10,300 rpm, and that's the way it sounds. So yeah, we'll talk of the performance and what it has to offer, the potential of this bike, and why is it underrated in this quadrilateral segment. Because the competitors are tough, yeah, I mean it, since it has the Dominar 250, the Husqvarna wood pillion, the Dominar 250 and the Duke 250. So where does this bike actually put itself, and is it really worth it? Let's find that out. Let's hit the road and tell you. So we are on the road with the Gixxer 250. Yeah, I'll test the top speed in the later part of the video, but for now let me talk what it has to offer. And as I said, the numbers, the power figures aren't very exciting on the paper, but this has a lot of potential in terms of rideability and the cruising. You can easily cruise on this. Say I'm in 6th gear, and what complements is the gearbox, this effortless engine, and trust me, it is butter smooth. And when you suddenly whack open the throttle, you don't feel that punch, but yeah, the way this power is delivered is very linear as the revs climb up. There is no lack of power in any rev band, and it does keep going on. But yeah, for my personal taste, I would choose this bike for touring all day long. And in case if you people want a more comfortable one, get yourself the Gixxer, and it will be soothing yet comfortable ride experience, and you can tour on it for hundreds of kilometers. And talking of the tank range we have on offer, this is a 12-liter tank, and if you ask me about the economy of the Suzuki bikes, it is really good, and you can expect around 40 kmpl if you're cruising, and about 30 to 35 in the city limits. But yeah, the economy of the Suzuki is way better than any of those, since this motor, it is much more of the riding pleasure than the power, the aggressive feeling. This isn't about any of those. This is pure riding experience which you get, and there is nothing much on this BS6 one. The motor just comes with BS6 compliant, and there is no much difference from the BS4 one. And since the bikes are relatively new, it does tick all the boxes of a present gen quadrilateral bike one can expect at price. And talking of the price, this and the Nikkei one, they are similarly priced close to each other. The Gixxer is 1,67,000 ex-showroom Karnataka, and this one costs you somewhere about 1,70,000 to 71,000 ex-showroom here in Karnataka. So yeah, at the price range, you need to pay 10,000 premium for if you want to get this one over the Dominar 250, and a 10,000 less than the Husqvarna SWAT pillion or the wood pillion. So yeah, it put itself right there, and people looking for bikes for riding all day long, taking it for endeavors, and it is comfortable, it is agile, flickable, very nimble. See, I'm doing decent speeds, and cutting into the expressway traffic is not a big deal. It does its job very well. The braking is sure-footed. Since it's a new bike, I don't get much confidence from the rear brake, but the brakes are good. It's from the Biber and they do its job well. So that's it. It is a nice bike and ticks all the boxes. But for my and there's one more thing which I want to tell you. The gearbox is, since this is a new bike, the upshifts are pretty hard, whereas the downshifts are accurate and smooth. But as you clock kilometers on this, I guess it will progressively improve and make your experience smoother and more the Suzuki way. So let's do a top speed run on this. I'll search for a open stretch. The windshield on this isn't of any great use. As you can see, I'm at 6th gear doing around 83, 84, but the wind is quite much, so could have been a bigger windshield to shield off wind in a better way. But nonetheless, it goes well with the styling. So we are on the Gixxer. Let's do the top speed run. Left the one touch start. It is quick and easy. So first gear, revving the motor. Red lines at 10,300 RPM. 45 is it? Comes up in 4th gear. The motor is quite vocal post 8,000 RPM. That was 130 in the top gear. Let's give it another shot, but since it's a new bike, I'm not sure will it do that much. But yeah, I can surely tell you, after a few kilometers, it can easily go up to 145 or say 150 also. So here we are, first gear. First gear 50, second gear 75, third gear will be 200, nah, it's 93 in third, 100 comes up in fourth, 102, 103. That's it for today. If you've liked this video, please like, share, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. That was our first ride on the Gixxer 2020 Gixxer BS6 Gixxer 250 SF. So it is a top of 130 and a great bike altogether. So I I thank MANICKBAG Suzuki for giving me this bike for a review, and I'll leave their Gmap link in the description below. If you are here in North Karnataka, they do have a branch of dealerships, so you can just check that out. So